I hope you all are fit and fine at your places. I'm Priyanka Bish from Arden Progressive School. Today in this session, we'll be discussing the topic based on Accountancy Chapter 3, which is Recording of Transaction Part 1. And the topic is Accounting Equation. Till now, we have studied about the theoretical part of accounting, which includes the basic concept of accounting and also principles of accounting. So here in today's session, we'll be starting with the numerical portion, and the first topic is accounting equation. So before starting this accounting equation, first we will understand about balance sheet. As we know, balance sheet is prepared by the firm, which shows the financial position of the firm. The main motive of preparing balance sheet is to ascertain the financial position of the business, and balance sheet is always prepared in T format. It includes liabilities and assets column. We know liability means the things which are to be paid either to the external user or to the internal user, and assets means anything which can be converted into cash and also from which we get the future benefit. This is what asset is and liability. So here asset and liabilities are shown in balance sheet. One thing it should be noted that balance sheet is always equal, which means liabilities total will always be equal to the assets total. Now one thing it should be noted that the balance sheet show the equal balance of both liability side and asset side. That means the total of items which are included in liabilities, their total is always equal to the items included in asset sides total. So here we can say balance sheet means where the balances of assets and liabilities are equal. And how these are equal? Let's suppose we know balance sheet is prepared on behalf of firm. Business and owner both are separate entity, and we know we record all the transaction from firm's point of view. So here balance sheet is also prepared from firm's point of view. So for firm, capital is a liability, because capital is the amount which is invested by the owner in the business. That means the business has borrowed some amount from the owner, which is to be paid in future. So here capital will be considered as liability for the business firm. Now let's suppose the amount of capital is 1 lakh rupees. And at the same time, the firm has borrowed some amount from outsiders also. So here we can write bank loan. So bank loan is also a liability for the firm, because this amount is to be returned to the bank in the future. Let's suppose the amount borrowed by the business from bank is 50,000. So here the total amount of liabilities of business firm will be 1 lakh plus 50,000, which is 1 lakh 50,000. This amount will be paid by the business firm either to the proprietor or to the external users. Now, if we come to the asset side, assets we know anything which is converted into cash or which gives the future benefits. So whatever asset is also considered as the property of the business. So if a businessman has invested some amount either from his own fund or from the borrowed fund, from that fund only the firm will purchase the assets. Okay, let's suppose the firm has purchased fixed assets amounting to rupees 75,000 and current assets amounting to rupees 75,000. So these assets will be purchased by the amount which is invested by the owner, whom we also call the internal users, and also these assets will be purchased from the amount which has been borrowed from outsiders. That means these assets are purchased with the total amount invested and borrowed by internal and external users. So here the total will be, total of asset side is 1,50,000. So by this we can conclude that assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. Here asset is 1,50,000, capital amounting to rupees 1 lakh, and liabilities amounting to rupees 50,000. So it is proved that asset is equal to liability. Capital is the internal liability and this liability is the external liability, but both are included in liabilities only. So it is proved that in balance sheet, assets is always equal to liabilities. Balance sheet shows the equal amount of both assets and liabilities. With this equation, we will be solving the numerical question based on accounting equation. So before starting the numerical question, we'll understand with the example what are the effect of the transaction on accounting equation. We'll see the effect of more than 5 transaction or 6 transaction here. After that, we'll be solving the numerical question. So this is effect of transactions on accounting equation. First transaction is Gopal started business with rupees 75,000. So here Gopal is starting a business with amount 75,000. First we will write the equation here where assets is equal to capital plus liabilities, or we can also write it as asset is equal to liabilities plus capital. Now here 75,000 which is being invested in the business, this will be considered as an asset in the form of cash, right? So this 75,000 will be considered as cash, and cash comes in the category of assets. Why? Because assets means anything which can be converted into cash, right? At the same time, this amount is a claim against the firm in the form of capital. This amount at the same time is the capital for the business. So it will remain as capital. There is no other liabilities here. So cash is rupees 75,000. Capital is also the same amount 75,000 and there is no other liability. So here the equation is balanced. 75,000 is equal to 75,000. So whenever there is a transaction when with particular amount a business is being started, so there we will open a cash column because this amount is an asset. With this amount, assets of the firms are purchased and this amount is being invested in the business in the form of cash. So asset here will be cash, and at the same time it is a capital for the firm also. Capital with the same amount 75,000. So equation here is balanced. Now the next transaction is Gopal purchased furniture for cash amounting to rupees 5,000. So here transaction is Gopal is purchasing a furniture for cash amounting to 5,000 rupees. So first we will write accounting equation here. Assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. So here we know Gopal has purchased furniture. Furniture is an asset, it is a fixed asset, and He has purchased this furniture for cash. Cash is also a asset. So we can write here in asset column, as we know our old transaction where there was a cash column in assets, cash which is also included in the second transaction, and another asset is furniture. So furniture will also be included in assets column. Capital will remain the same, capital and liabilities. So here we know the cash balance was 75,000 in the old equation. There was no amount of furniture there. Capital amount was 75,000 only and there were no liability. So here in this transaction, when furniture is purchased for cash, that means this transaction has reduced the cash of the firm by 5,000. At the same time, a new furniture is also acquired with the same amount. So this transaction, on one hand, it decreases the balance of one asset, and at the same time it increases the balance of other asset. So here also equation is balanced. How we can see here? Furniture is purchased with cash 5,000. That means cash has been reduced with 5,000. We will subtract this amount 5,000 from cash, and the same amount is added to furniture because with this 5,000 furniture has been acquired. There is no effect in the capital and liabilities. Now we will solve this equation, old and new equation. The amount of cash remaining will be 70,000 plus furniture amounting to 5,000, capital 75,000 and no amount of liability. So here we can see the equation is again balanced. So here asset is equal to liabilities. Now we can say that the equation is balanced in this transaction. The third transaction is Gopal purchased goods for cash amounting to rupees 20,000. So first we will write the equation. Equation is assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Now here this is the old equation where cash is amounting to rupees 70,000, furniture amounting to rupees 5,000. There is no amount of liabilities now, and capital amounting to 75,000. Now according to the transaction, Gopal has purchased goods for cash. Now goods and cash both are assets. Here the value of one asset is increasing, which is goods, and at the same time the value of another asset is reducing, which is cash. So if Gopal has purchased goods, it increases the amount of goods and it reduces the amount of cash. So as we know, goods is considered as an asset. So we will open a column of goods on asset side. Now new equation will be cash is being reduced with the amount 20,000. So we will reduce this amount within the cash column, and at the same time goods has been purchased for rupees 20,000. So here the value of goods is increasing with the amount 20,000. There is no amount of liability here and no amount of capital. So if one asset is decreasing and one asset is increasing in the same transaction, that means the equation is balanced here. Now the amount of cash left is 50,000, furniture 5,000, goods 20,000, liability 0 and capital 75,000. Now if we total this asset side, so total of asset side is 50 plus 20 is 70 plus 5,000 is 75,000. 75,000 of asset side is equal to 75,000 of liability side. So here we can say the equation is balanced here. Now let's discuss the next transaction. Next transaction is Gopal purchased goods on credit rupees 16,000. So before solving this transaction or recording this transaction in accounting equation, we will first write the old equation here. First we will write the accounting equation, which is assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. In the old equation, there were 3 columns of assets. First is cash, furniture and goods. Liabilities, and there is no liability here. Now, cash is amounting to rupees 50,000 in the old equation. This is the old equation now. Furniture amounting to rupees 5,000. Goods amounting to rupees 20,000. At the same time, there is no liability and capital amounting to 75,000. Now, if we come to the transaction is Gopal purchased goods on credit. So here goods have been purchased on credit. Goods is considered as current assets, and here it has been purchased on credit. That means the firm has increased the balance of creditor. So here creditor will be opened in the liabilities column. Why? Because if we are purchasing something on credit, that means it is increasing our liabilities. Credit means we have to pay this amount to the creditors. So creditors column will be opened on the liabilities side because we have to pay this amount to the creditors, and amount to be paid is considered as liabilities. Now if goods have been purchased, that means there is increase in the value of goods with the amount 16,000, and at the same time we will open a column named creditors here. Creditors are also increasing with the amount 16,000. So in this transaction, assets is increasing with the amount 16,000, and at the same time liabilities are also increasing with the same amount. The equation here is balanced. This is the new equation. No amount of cash is being affected in this transaction. No furnitures. Goods which was affected, we will increase the goods with this amount. Creditors is 16,000. No effect on capital in this transaction. So here cash will remain the same, 50,000. Furniture 5,000. Goods 36,000. Here creditors 16,000 and capital 75,000. Now if we total the asset side, here 50 plus 36 is 86. 86,000 plus 5,000 is 91,000. Here we will total the liability side, creditors amounting to 16,000 and capital amounting to 75,000. So if we add 16,000 plus 75,000, we will get the amount 91,000. So we can say here asset side total is equal to total of liabilities side. So this is how the equation is balanced. Now here the next transaction is goods costing rupees 12,000 is sold on credit amounting to rupees 15,000. So here in this transaction, goods have been sold. Amount of goods which is sold is rupees 12,000, and it has been sold on credit amounting to rupees 15,000. So here in this transaction, there is no effect in cash balance because we are selling these goods on credit. So here if goods have been sold, that means goods have been reduced with the amount 12,000. So we will deduct 12,000 amount from the goods, and it has been sold on credit. That means we have not received this amount yet, but yes, we will receive this amount in future. So the person who is to receive the amount in future is known as debtor. Debtor is included in asset because here we have to recover the cash. So we will open a column on asset side named debtor. So that means the amount which is to be recovered in future is 15,000. Now here in this transaction we can see the goods were costing to rupees 12,000 and it is being sold on 15,000. That means the business has gained profit here. So how much profit is earned by the firm? 15,000 minus 12,000 is 3,000. So here the business is earning a profit amounting to rupees 3,000. So this profit will be added to the capital column. Why? Because we know this profit is being earned with the amount 75,000. This amount has been invested by the owner and this amount belongs to owner only. That means the firm will return this amount of capital to the owner along with the profit earned with this capital. So it is a liability for the firm. Whatever profit the firm is earning, that profit is to be returned to the owner. So it will be considered as liability. That is why we will add the profit to the capital. So by solving this, we will get a new equation here. New equation will be, there was no effect in the cash column, so cash will remain the same, 50,000. Furniture amounting to rupees 5,000. Goods amounting to rupees 24,000. Debtor 15,000. Here creditors amounting to rupees 60,000 and capital amounting to rupees 78,000. So this is a new equation. Now if we total the asset side, we will get the amount 15 plus 5 is 20,000. 20 plus 50 is 70,000 plus 24 is 94,000. Here also we will get the same amount. 16 plus 78,000 will be 94,000. So here asset is equal to liability. So we can say the equation is balanced here. Now we will talk about the last transaction. Last transaction will be rent paid. Amount is rupees 1,000. So we will write the effect of this transaction here only, as this is now the old equation for the new transaction. So if rent is paid, rent is an expense, it will be paid in cash. So rent is paid, that means the cash is reduced with the amount 1,000. There is no effect in furniture, no effect in goods, no effect in debtors. But this is an expense and expenses are always deducted from capital also. So whenever there is an expense, it will have two effects. One, it will affect in cash, and second, it will affect in capital. So this amount will be reduced from both cash and capital. We will reduce 1,000 from capital here. So now the new equation will be 50,000 minus 1,000 is 49,000. Furniture 5,000. Goods 24,000. Debtor 15,000. Liability 16,000. And capital amounting to rupees 77,000. So here if we total the asset side total is 15 plus 5 is 20. 20 plus 24 is 44. And 44 plus 49 is 93,000. Now if we add the liabilities column, we will get the amount 16 plus 77,000 will be 93,000. So here we can say the equation is balanced here. One more important thing, in case of expenses, the amount is reduced from cash and capital. So in case of income, for example, if the firm has received a rent amounting to 1,000, that 1,000 will be added to the cash and capital column both. So these were some important transactions which will have the effect on accounting equation in this way. In the next session, we will continue solving some more numerical question based on these transactions. That's all for today. Thank you.